It's Monday. It's morning.
And it's macabre.
Welcome to Monday Morning Macabre Phil Edition. This whole episode will be a Phil-centric episode.
It is, Phil. And the listeners are saying it's about damn time.
Hey, Phil, what are you doing?
Oh, Darce, I didn't even know you were in today. Phil, you told me he wasn't coming in.
I came home early. Phil?
It's not what it looks like.
It looks like Phil's trying to do an episode in my stead.
No, he was just helping me with some work. We just, just some other projects and stuff, we swear.
I find this hard to believe, Scony. Good thing I brought my 12-gauge shotgun with me.
Oh, you bring that everywhere, though.
That's true. I call it my third leg.
Jenny was telling me parent-teacher conferences are very awkward.
Mm-hmm. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Monday Morning Macabre with Scones and Darce and no Phil.
Wow.
Well, now I have to
Erasing
put him in his
history.
place. Yeah, we tore down the Phil statue in the courtyard earlier.
People were not pleased.
Revolting. Yeah, so welcome back to another episode of Monday Morning Macabre Gang, show where we talk about spooky, scary, creepy stuff. And you sit back and sip on I don't know. What do you think our listeners sip on while they listen?
Gin and juice, problet's
Ooh, I was going to say LaCroix.
Ooh, is this a free plug? Free ads?
Yeah, let's say brand name only.
Sprite.
Coca-Cola.
One of the wonderful beverages produced by the Pepsi Corporation.
Sponsored by you, our listeners.
One of the refreshing crisp cold beers by Anheuser-Busch.
Oh, yeah, we got that Heisey Bushman.
Heisey Bushman.
Heisey Bushman is actually our manager's son, and he said he could hook us up. So,
oh, that's John Bushman's kid?
Yeah, Big J Bush has little Heine.
But then not to be confused with Jeb Bush.
No, goodness, no. Much different. No, don't say that. Not allowed. Hey guys, welcome to Monday Morning Macabre. What's poppin'?
Don't mind me.
Guys, I want to shout out all the Patreonies for your continued patronage. I want to shout out all the non-Patreonies for your continued listenership. The numbers are going through the roof, to the moon, past the moon, and then returning to Earth.
It's a disaster. They destroyed the moon.
They've destroyed the moon. Turns out no Nazis on the moon. It's a real thing. We landed on it turns out. So shout out to everybody there. Also want to shout out what's the shout out to Amazon.com.
They're gonna say Alien Ant Farm.
Shout out to Alien Ant Farm. I mean, have you heard the movies or whatever that song is? A lot of people thought I was going to go with the one that everyone knows, Smooth Criminal. I'm really good at this. No. No. If you guys have another band from the early 2000s that did a cover that was popular but nothing else, let us know in the comments. And Scones, you're going to be presenting today, aren't you?
I sure fucking am, dog. Wait, hold on.
Ooh, you're hyped. You're hyperonied.
My phone's like Darth stall.
How many? Okay, so Scones' phone's blowing up because girlies be hitting up the dial, as the kids say.
Let the kids say.
Oh, listen to Bad Rabbits. That's a good band. Yeah, just in these trying times, just look inwards and donate $1,000 each to the Darce and Scones Foundation for kneecapless dogs. We find dogs in, suburbs, cities, metropolitan areas, country that have lost their kneecaps for a variety of reasons, whether it be war, famine, profit,
Okay, we're good.
Okay, and we just put the kneecaps right back in the dogs. And it's a
Right
really great charity. So please donate. Scony, what are we talking about today?
We got a listener suggestion here.
From
Jamie Dundas.
Who's that listener?
Dundas?
Jamie. Jamie, I hope you like your last name said. Du hast mich?
And he's...
So what did Jaime say?
He's bringing us a little suggestion on the North Berwick witch trials.
Ooh, more witchy Christmas wishes.
And put those beats on trial.
Ooh, Dr. Dre, sponsored by Coke and Pepsi Corp.
Not Beats by Dre, though. It's interesting the way he went with that.
Yeah. He's like, I'll co-sponsor the Coke and Pepsi, but I will not mention Beats by Dre. Scones, you said the North Bumfuck witch trials?
What's crazy is that he got sponsored by both Pepsi and Coca-Cola, and they seem to be fine with it.
Oh, you're saying this? Yeah, no, they teamed up. It was like a Shark Tank moment where they're like, you want to go in on this?
Fucking Mark and Lori
like,
just 50-50 on that?
Dude, I want Mark and Lori 69.
Hey, that's... You take no money, but you're one. And they get 69% of your company. In the town of
Mark's going to take 420%, baby.
I'm reading from a historic UK.com article by Terry Stewart.
Terry.
Oh, Terry.
Baby. It's me, Terry. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Terry talks like a new wave British artist.
Yeah, my wife and I watched all 3 of the Austin Powers last week, so they've kind of been stuck in my head. Yeah.
The town of North Berwick lies hugging the coast of East Lothian, just to the east of Edinburgh. It is a small, sleepy old fishing town, and yet has several surprising claims to fame. The island of Phaedra. Oh. I'm probably saying these wrong. I'm saying them phonetically, but
no, dude,
Scottish and Irish people love to eat letters in there.
We gotta stop saying we don't know how it's pronounced, because if we just say it
confidently,
people
wrong?
Just assume. Yeah, be confident, and then all of them kneecapless dogs are gonna flock to
the island of Phaedra. That can be seen from the West Beach was the inspiration for Robert Louis.
The Coca-Cola marketing guy just got a little chubbaroni.
Dogs are getting kneecaps, baby. Can be seen from the West. That can be seen from the West Beach was the inspiration for Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, which is also the inspiration for Disney's Treasure Planet.
Which is also the inspiration for my 4th grade Halloween costume.
Were you Treasure
Papa's
Planet?
Treasure.
Papa Treasure?
No, I was Papa's Treasure.
Oh.
I had a sash like Mr. Universe, but it just said Papa's Treasure across
a button with your dad's face on it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people took it in a negative connotation, but I thought it was scary as heck.
It is home to the Bass Rock, or Bass Rock. Nah, you know what?
Nah,
Bass Rock, a famous seabird nature reserve, and has been recently been named the best place to live in Scotland.
Scotland's #1 over Edinburgh?
Apparently, dude.
Goodness gracious.
Best country in the nation, dude.
Best country in the nation, bro.
However, it was also the place of some of the most brutal and horrific witch trials ever seen in Scotland.
So Edinburgh, baby.
We're walking around New England. We think we're hot shit with our Salem witch trials. You know how we're always talking about those at the pubs. We're always bragging about them when we travel.
If you're not from New England and you've never been to Salem and you know about the Salem witch trials, fun fact, took place in Danvers, baby.
Ooh,
not Salem. Common misconception.
More weight.
Continue, Scony. More weight, Giles, baby.
During the reign of King James VI. Somewhere between 70 and 200 so-called witches were put on trial, tortured, and even executed from the town of North Berwick and the surrounding area alone. I'm surprised there were that many people alive in the town.
Yeah. I mean, house prices went way down, so that's nice.
Dude, we could use a couple witch trials right now, you know?
Try to fix this economy. Where I'm from, Scones, there's only one answer to fix the economy.
What is that? What is that, Governor Jesse Ventura?
That's to have a witch trial.
Wow.
I found all the witches. I know where they're hiding. I found the documents.
What was it like on the set of Predator?
Papa's Treasure.
Continue.
You're not going to get content like that anywhere else, listeners.
Nah. This is the tent they come for.
The exact number is not known, and neither is the proportion of those arrested who were actually executed. However, the consensus is that a large majority were horrifically tortured. The reason for this was King James. James VI was traveling to Denmark to collect his new bride, Anne of Denmark, in 1589.
Dude, I went to Denmark once, but that was to get dog kneecaps, no
Now,
brides.
he pulled up his Denmark app and he ordered one bride, and he went and picked it up from the little station next to the counter.
Yeah. Same day shipping. Even back then.
And he got a free order of chips too for being a member for so long.
Yeah.
During the
He gets perks like that.
during the cross,
It was his 8th bride he ordered, so he got a free one.
one more and he gets the 10th free. During the crossing, the storms were so severe that he was forced to turn back. James became convinced that this was the work of witches from North Berwick intent on his ruin.
What? It rained. Let's kill 70
It rained
to
in
150
Denmark. This
women.
one town in Scotland must be up to something.
How fragile
What
does
a
your ego have
correct
to
king,
be?
because there was talk at the time that one of them had sailed into the Firth of Forth. The Firth of Forth.
Wow.
Sorry, the Fourth of...
The 4th of 4th?
I don't know what this is. It's something called the Firth of Forth.
The Firth of 4th?
It's just
The 4th of 4th of 5th?
Little funny words.
Hey, old Scottish funny words.
On a sieve to summon the storm. So this sentence is, sailed
Holy
to the Firth
moly.
of Forth on a sieve to summon the storm.
You gotta summon the fucking Balrog right now, dude.
I feel like a harp and like a drum should be playing.
Yeah, you need a lute.
Thus duly proving... The sieve to summon the storm.
The sieve to summon the storm. Yeah, that's what we sing around the campfire as we eat our stale bread in the medieval fantasy universe we live in.
Anyway, there was talk at the time that one of them had sailed into the Firth of Forth on a sieve to summon the storm, thus duly proving her guilt as not only a witch, but also as a would-be regicide.
Whoa, Regicide, Reggie.
Uh-oh, Reggie.
Watch out, Reggie. Uh-oh, Reggie, Mr. Side's coming.
James's hatred and obsession of witches and witchcraft became well known. It was no accident that Shakespeare wrote The Witches and Macbeth during the reign of King James in the early 17th century. In fact, the North Berwick witches'
pop off,
adventure in the sieve is even mentioned in the play. In the opening scene of the play, Shakespeare's first witch cries, "But in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do."
Dude, I'll give you $1 if you post this to r/movie details.
Ooh, get those clicks.
Ooh, a little bit of Carmi.
At which point they promised to conjure up a storm. This does seem a very unlikely coincidence. It is clear James's disdain for witches had spread county-wide. James had been King of Scotland after his mother, Mary Queen of Scots, abdicated in 1567, although regents ruled on his behalf until he came of age in 1576.
Dude, can you imagine being like 13 years old and they're like, here's the kingdom. Good luck. And you're like,
You can kill
What?
anybody and get away with it.
You're like, why does my sweat stink funny now?
I mean, the queen today can
Like-
still like kill people and technically get away with it, right?
well, she's immortal. She's been doing that since like, when did the Earth start? Like 2,000 years ago?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
like
since like that.
legally the current queen of England can walk out into London streets,
She can
shoot
murder
someone in
somebody
the head
and
and be
nobody.
fine. Yeah.
Imagine the Quentin Tarantino revenge flick of the Queen Elizabeth walking out of the palace, shoots your dad in the head, and then you're like, it's go time. Train your whole life to assassinate the queen. It's called like Queen Glorious Bastards, you know? What do you think?
I was going to say Queen Unchained, but we're right there.
Oh, man.
James became King of England in 1603 on the death of Elizabeth I and appears to have continued to be fascinated by the dark arts, releasing his best-selling book, Demonology, which explored the areas of witchcraft and demonic magic shortly after assuming the throne. So he sounds like a cool dude at first, writing sick demonology
I wish it was
books.
Dark Arts for Dummies, and it was like the first for Dummies book. That would have been legendary.
However, Scotland was where he began his crusade against the supposed demonology. The witch trials in North Berwick are particularly noteworthy due to the sheer number of witches, the consensus being around 70 that were tried from such a tiny and seemingly insignificant town in Scotland on this single occasion.
Yeah, probably because it's one guy being a real douche and had nothing to do with
Imagine if
witches
the president of the
at all.
United States just like found the smallest town in Oregon and was like, everyone there.
Everyone there,
fucking
get
witch.
home. They'd probably be like, hell yeah, let's. They would make it into a tourist attraction.
Probably kill. I would
Could you
go.
imagine? if Biden just gets on the podium, he's like, yeah, I know a lot's going on right now, guys, but hear me out.
The real threat is one at home.
Springfield, Ohio.
Scotland itself saw about 4,000 people burned alive at the stake for witchcraft, an enormous number relative to its size and population. Something else that is remarkable about the North Berwick witch trials were the bizarre nature of the accusations and the despicable form of torture used to extract confessions from the victims. The fact that James...
Hell yeah.
What?
I said, hell yeah.
The fact that James could have been so convinced that that the storm that stymied his plans had been conjured by some Scottish women is incredibly hard to believe. Amen, dude.
Amen,
He's
brother.
like the original
Hell
incel,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. Yeah, he's one of those green text posts where he's like, be me on ship. Women
I was about to
summon.
finally go on a date, and then it rained. Women are the fucking worst.
Oh, man.
However, around 70 individuals, mostly women, were duly rounded up, tortured, and put on trial, some in North Berwick, some in Edinburgh. There was a church on the green where the witches were said to hold their covens, dance, and summon the devil.
Dude, that sounds sick. That sounds like a way better version of like Coachella.
Sick devil summon dance party?
Sick devil summon dance party.
Dude, you can just straight first that fourth, dude.
Dude, fourth, the first, the fifth, the serve and servitor.
This was St. Andrew's Kirk, situated on the seafront. It would have been a perfect place from which to summon storms. In fact, there were rumors that this guy loves alliteration, dude.
Yeah, this is like written by a poet.
In fact, there were rumors that some of the witches were held, tortured, and eventually tried on the grounds of the Kirk, the foundations of which exist today. So you can go.
Ooh, we could go to fourth, the fifth, the first.
Yeah, you can fit the fourth right over there, situated on
right
the
over
seafront
to
to
the
summon
Kirk
storms.
And sniff on Kirk's Snurf. Or whatever it's called.
No, you got it right. The Kirk Snurf. Sniffing Kirk Snurf.
I was sniffing Kirk Snurf. It's like, are you a golem?
Are you
or like a
actually from Scotland?
dwarf? Are you a Gringotts employee?
Oh, the little scary elves that are like
Mhm.
borderline problematic.
They're called goblins. Yeah, they're goblins, and it is very, very much a definite problematic thing.
Yeah, let's just say J.K. Rowling gets away with a lot.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what's the manager at Gringotts Bank's name? He's like, oh, Jake Feinstein? Like, wait. Come on.
J.K., you can't print this. And she's like, already did.
And she's like, oh,
Already
yeah?
cashing in my $1 billion.
Anywho.
Although not recorded, it's generally accepted that many victims died of the injuries that were inflicted upon them during torture. Some of the implements of torture that were used at the time included the breast ripper.
No. Oh no. It ain't Thanksgiving.
No, it is not. A device that did exactly as it sounds. It consists of 4 pronged levers that would encase the breast of the accused witch and then tear it from her chest with a considerable amount of trauma.
Of what?
Trauma.
Trauma? Or you said like
Of Johnny Drama.
Oh no, DJ.
You guys remember
Johnny
Entourage? Oh yeah.
Turtle get dehooved.
No, it was pretty terrible though.
That sounds awful.
Another device.
Imagine that happening to you all because a guy had a rainy day.
Yeah, and your town happened to be the one that he fucking threw the
It's, like,
dart at on the
closest,
map or whatever
yeah.
the fuck he chose.
Right, yeah. What a shitty situation. It turns out being not a white dude, we've talked about this before, but if you were not a white dude, like 40 years and previous, it was not great. Not even 40.
I was going to say 40 might be.
I may be giving too much. Even maybe
you
just
might not even hit
general.
double digits.
Yes. I genuinely mean that, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's insane. Like, the world's so much better from moving away from monarchies.
Yeah, true.
Because this guy could
For
just
true.
fucking say anything, and it was just what happened.
Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, okay, boss. Do. Rip out your chest.
Another device that was used on witches, either already tried or awaiting trial, was the scold's bridle. a metal device that fit around the head.
Oh my God.
It had metal protrusions that would slide into the victim's mouth, making it impossible for them to talk. It's a good interrogation tactic.
Jesus.
Sometimes men would even use this device on errant wives who nagged them too often, but they were often used on witches. What?
The fuck?
This sounds like a really shitty joke from like the 60s.
Yeah.
Like early Rodney Dangerfield.
Shitty jokes. Hey,
whoa!
my wife.
Get my wife with Scott's bridle.
Oh boy! And everyone was like, ha, 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 "Rodney."
Several measures were used to detect witchcraft, but you could be simply accused for having red hair. Oh no!
Uh-oh. Dangerous times to be a young Sir Skonskin.
For having an unusual devil's mark, or what we would call a birthmark, or for being left-handed. Well, that one checks out.
Oh my God. Yeah, that one makes sense. I stay clear of those kinds of people.
The word sinister actually comes from the Latin sinistra, which means left. I never knew that.
I didn't know that either.
So
That's
fucked up.
Hey, you guys learned a fun fact today.
I really hope it's canon that
Sinistra.
Mr. Sinister from the X-Men comics is left-handed.
Ooh, you got to googly woogly that.
Traditionally, older women and those who worked with herbs and medicine or midwives would also be targeted.
How about a sneeze?
Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, that ad-free sneeze was brought to you.
Ad-free sneeze brought to you by Coke and Pepsi.
Finally, the fighting has
Yes, they
subsided.
made-
The Cold War's over, everyone.
I just got an email saying, "Good job, you got it in there." They really wanted us to plug sneezing. So.
Let's talk about the quiet battle going on. The one that you don't hear about. Mugs versus A&W root beer.
KFC was siding with A&W for a long
Yeah,
time.
hamburgers and whoop beer. There's actually an hamburgers and whoop beer like 20 minutes from my house.
Hamburgers and root beer. Hamburgers and root beer is really
That's
funny.
what it's that's the restaurant.
How do we get here?
What?
So anyway, when torture devices on women in the 1400s.
Oh, yes. Among the witches accused at North Berwick for trying to murder James were Agnes Sampson, a well-known midwife, and Gelly Duncan, a healer. These two were part of the 70 that were rounded up after James's misfortune at sea. After significant torture, they confessed, and Gelly was burned at the stake. The two women named accomplices who were most likely also tortured and potentially burned. So clearly, torture. This is why torture doesn't really work.
Yeah. What if that was another thing with every witch trial where they're the whole if you sink, you're a witch. If you float,
If I shoot you in the face and you survive, you're a witch.
you're a witch. If you die, well, probably still a witch. Good thing my bullets can destroy witches.
So anyway, the two women named accomplices, like I said, who were probably tortured and burned, although it's not known how many actually fell prey to James's crusade this time. The witches said that they had dug corpses from graveyards in the area, dismembered them, tied the limbs to dead cats, and then thrown the whole bloody mess into the sea to conjure a storm to kill the king.
Dude, this shit is bananas. People believed this. People are yep, that makes sense.
I can't prove it didn't work. I wasn't there.
Shit. Don't say that, dog. Don't get my conspiracy
Well,
mind
Darsh,
going.
it's like they
dog.
say, people give the witch trials a lot of shit, but there aren't a lot of witches around anymore.
Haven't seen a one, baby. I take that back.
Ooh.
I've seen Sabrina.
Oh, true.
I've seen the Sanderson
Of
sisters.
course.
That's four right
What's
there.
that one? What's
That's
that witch movie with Sandra Bullock?
Oh, what's it called? Shit. What's the one with the football player? Never mind. The timing is totally gone for this to be funny.
Sure is, but I was thinking of Practical Magic.
No, I'm thinking of
Or Marnie.
Hold on, I have to go.
Marnie Cromwell from Halloween Town.
The Blind Side is what I was thinking of.
Who's the witch? The football player?
Well, that's for the jury.
That's why
to
he's such a good
decide.
left guard. Or left tackle or whatever he is.
Yeah. Hey, left Sinestra, baby.
Ooh. We're onto something.
So that would have been a lot funnier if I could have come up with a movie like 3 seconds after.
No,
you said
but
it,
the left thing, all the yarn's starting to fit
yeah,
together.
that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
Where was I? Oh yes, tied the limbs to dead cats and threw the whole bloody mess into the sea.
Oh yeah, that thing.
However, after days of medieval torture, it is safe to assume that these women would have confessed to about anything simply to make it end. Again, why torture doesn't really work.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we take a little turn here where it says James VI was in many ways an admirable monarch.
I don't know about
a little British
that.
bias by this
I don't
musical
think you're allowed to be
author.
admiral. If you were born before like 2000, I'll say 1973, are you allowed to be admirable?
I don't know. Terry Stewart, we challenge your definition of the word admirable.
Yeah, Terror Bear, hit us up because yikers.com.
James VI started the first postal service in the UK.
In that case, all is forgiven.
He foiled the gunpowder plot and saved Parliament, and he translated what became a definitive version of the Bible that is still used today. And when has that ever gone wrong?
Yup. Everyone gets along. There's the book that brings people together more than anything.
Especially in England and all of its territories to come.
Yeah, they're like, hey guys, read this real quick. We're just expanding our book club. That's all we're doing.
Or England, Ireland, where it's the same book, but they're like, you read it wrong.
Yeah, and they're like, shouty.
But when it came to witches, he had a peculiar blind spot and was both irrational and cruel. I think he's just a cruel guy, and making a postal service doesn't define his cruelty or benevolence.
I was going to say, he's like, yeah, I killed 150 women through horrific ways, but I also allow pen pals to exist, baby. It's like, doesn't make it up.
That's your primary use for the postal service is pen pals.
Yeah, you don't have a pen pal?
No, I do. Big Earl, he's in prison for the rest of his life, but he's, I'm praying that good behavior gets him out.
Oh, baby big, get that a little hashtag what's the word when you go back and re-review the evidence?
Oh, for sure, but he needs to stop writing to me about how he wants to eat people.
Ooh, maybe he just wants to eat you, dude.
And honestly, that's probably the greatest form of flattery.
And honestly, I'm a letter. Where did we get to? How are we here? Let's get back to topic.
It is unimaginable to adequately comprehend the torture and pain. And that happens so often on these episodes is go from goofy and then back to the sentence. And the sentence is like the most not goofy sentence possible out of the entire article.
It's very dark.
It is unimaginable to adequately comprehend the torture and pain that the accused witches would have endured only to be burned for crimes that they had never committed. However, their brutal deaths...
Yeah, but Big Earl's funny.
But Big Earl ain't burning. However, their brutal deaths are not forgotten and are still talked about in this small seaside town today. This fitting memento mori to the North Berwick witches remains in the grounds of St. Andrew's Kirk to this day. And there's a little stone with a skull crossbones and says memento mori. That must be the cool place.
Memento mori.
Forth on
the serving turvin Kirk's little furry.
In the sheep of their sail. And like a rat without a tail.
I took a tiny baby boy.
Yeah, if you just read this entire article in that voice, I'd be like, hey, that's the audio from the movie The Lighthouse.
Yeah, essentially. Dude, I still can't believe that when they made the movie version of this article, they used Jackie Chan as the guy and the king.
Yeah, and they had that song, Gotta Kick It Like Jackie Chan. To me, for the movie, it didn't fit the tone at all.
I know. It was really weird. I was like, wait, you've got what is his name? What is the name of the artist?
Jackie Chan.
Now I'm blanking there too. No, Jackie Chan's the actor. What?
Oh, he's an artist.
Post Malone. Post Malone sings that song.
Yeah, and it's really not fitting when they're just doing like a shot by shot like torture.
Yeah, but once the pen pal stuff starts, you're like, oh, that's
Jackie Chan. And then it all comes
Post. I see. Anyway.
Whatever, A24. You make weird movies.
Jordan Peele, you crazy.
Yeah, and that's the North Berwick witch trials. I hope that's everything you wanted.
I hope we did it justice.
James Duhast. I hope that's what you wanted.
I thought it was Jamie. You said Jamie because I said Jaime.
Oh, I don't know.
This episode has gone off
No, it
the
is
rails,
Jamie. It is
folks.
Jamie. Jamie Duhast
All right, I was
Ramstein.
gonna say, yeah. Hey guys, thanks for listening to Monday Morning Macabre. This has been a hashtag banger episode. Stuff was not great a long time ago.
Yeah,
But now
think
we
about
get to
that next time you're
say
all
dumb
obsessed
stuff in
with
a
some
micro-
royal wedding.
Yeah, next time you're like, will they, won't they? More like, she won't because she's getting her chest ripped off.
Yikes.
Goodbye.
Boy.
We
Wait,
just
no.
ended there.
Our website, mondaymorningmacabre.com for merch.
Yeah. No, that would be a crazy place to end. Guys, Twitter, MMMacabrePod, MondayMorningMacabre.com on Instagram, and Monday Morning Macabre on Instagram, MondayMorningMacabre.com for merch and all that extra good stuff. Thanks for allowing these to be a little later than usual, as I am still on baby time. Still waking up 3 to 4 times in the nighttime to just party. We just have a party. We call it a party because we have fun. And shout out to all our listeners. We really appreciate all of the hard work you put in every week, putting on headphones and listening to just two of the dumbest people. So thank you so much. And
Big Earl, if you're listening, keep chasing that rainbow, baby.
Hey, baby, Big Earl on that Green Mile. Have a good Monday. Goodbye.